Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. We see them in today. We have a fantastic show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So this topic is quite interesting because it was a topic that I came across yesterday, and it is directly tied into some thoughts that I had on the channel about a week or so ago, where I was talking about the decline in the All-Star game and how that if LeBron is the face of the NBA, how is it possible that we're witnessing some of the most uncompetitive basketball games? Mike Malone called it the worst basketball game he has ever been a part of, he's ever seen in his life. How can LeBron James, who's the face of the NBA, be a part of these games and he's not able to raise the competitive level of all of these guys? So this was something that I was questioning. I'm like, it makes no sense. I said, if Kobe was in the NBA, there's no way Kobe Bryant would be a part of these games where you have a bunch of players just essentially mailing it in and wasting the time and money of NBA fans. It was just impossible, right? And we have stories of how Kobe would raise the competitive level of the entire game because of his presence and what Kobe Bryant was all about, and how LeBron has been able to have the total opposite effect of this. So what happened? I was going through the internet yesterday, and this video was recommended to me, all right? And the video was recommended to me from the channel called Hoop Genius Podcast, all right? And this podcast was featuring BJ Armstrong and Scott Perry, the general manager of the New York Knicks. And essentially, they were trying to answer the question of, where is the competitiveness gone in the NBA? Now, some of you may be watching this and saying, oh, man, you're bringing LeBron James into it. What we want to do is we want to put up a quick screenshot of the actual thumbnail of their video. So you can see Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James on the thumbnail, not us. And then we'll continue on. Take a look at that. So you saw that. So essentially what they were saying was, when Kobe played, he was able to motivate guys and get guys to play hard. And essentially saying that LeBron has the absolute opposite effect. He doesn't motivate anybody. He only motivates himself. In fact, one can make an argument that LeBron has created the emotion of selfishness in NBA players by player empowerment, where it's always to think about yourself, think about your brand, and spend absolutely zero time thinking about the fans. And I'm like, this is a very astute observation by Scott Perry and BJ Armstrong. So what we want to do is we want to play what these gentlemen had to say here first, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what these guys had to say here.
When was the last time you enjoyed watching the All-Star game? For me, it was 2020 in Chicago when Kyle Lowry took a charge at the end of the game because they really wanted to win it. But when was the last time you watched the All-Star game and actually enjoyed watching the All-Star game?
I can't tell you the year, but it was Kobe Bryant was involved with it, because when you had guys like him, and maybe was that he and was that he and Steph Marbury, they were going back and forth or something again, or was that after that? I can't remember that, but reason why I bring up Kobe Bryant, because I believe he was the last guy that
was 2001
superstar player. That's how I say it. So, but obviously there was some games after that too. But during his run in the All-Star games, he made sure that the game mattered enough to everybody who was playing in it. He wasn't going to come out and just say, oh, go ahead, you go take this layup. Oh, go ahead, you let me take this three-point shot. Go ahead, I'm just going to let you go by. That wasn't his makeup. And so I believe the rest of the players who were playing in the games when a guy like that was, still living, and God rest his soul, and still playing in the game, he made sure that there was enough of a competitive level happening in that game, because he knew the responsibility to the game itself and to the fans who were paying lots and lots of money to come to the game and be a part of that weekend. So I can't give you the dates, but that's just me. He was really the last one to.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because no one has said it. Not just here, but no one has said it. At some point in your life, at some point, you have to ask the question, who am I? And at some point, you have to answer that question. At some point, you have to make a commitment for your reasoning why you play the game. Your reason why. Okay. One of the reasons is Scott has known me longer than anyone. Scott knew this. I think I was very aware who I was as a player, but I also had a commitment to myself. I wanted to be the best version of myself, the best version. I didn't come in saying I wanted to be the second best version. I didn't come in saying, hey, I just wanted to play. I actually wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best. Now, as I went through this journey, I saw players, I said, wow, that guy's pretty good. However, at 7:30 though, I still made the commitment. Sometimes I was successful and had a better game than that person. Sometimes I wasn't. But I made the commitment to be the best. All-Star Weekend has gone south for one reason. How many players since Kobe Bryant has made the commitment to be the best? Just that one.
The best of the best.
The best. I want to be the best. I'm not saying you're going to be the best. But when you make a commitment to be the best, that means every time you step on that court, you hold yourself to a standard.
So you heard what they had to say. Look, what I gleaned from this audio is that my thoughts and assumptions were correct. It also shows me that these guys are also thinking about this. They must sit down and think, how is LeBron a part of this? How is he a part of this? And then it makes me think about what Stephen A. Smith had to say, not me, that LeBron gave a side eye to the guys on the court and essentially told them to mail it in. That they follow the leader of the NBA. And what Patrick Beverley said during the bubble, LeBron James is the leader of the NBA, so whatever he says, we're all going to follow. It then begins to make me think that, well, why can't LeBron motivate these guys? Why can't he motivate them? And the answer is simple, because LeBron is for self. I saw something quite interesting from LeBron James that really stunned me. I've seen it 2 times now, and I don't quite understand it. LeBron seems to have this visceral reaction to fans. I've noticed this. You remember the video in Paris. Now, there have been videos where fans have tried to reach out to Jordan. Like, I saw him coming out of a car going into a hotel in New York. I think there's a barricade. Jordan goes and he doesn't stop. That's one thing. Jordan has that about him. Kobe would always go out of his way to greet fans, especially if they were kids. Always. Always, always. There are countless videos of it, right? Kobe was all about kids. He would go greet a kid before he greets an adult. Shaq is the same way. Stephen Curry is the same way. But LeBron is not. There was a video, of course, we saw in Paris where he had this visceral reaction. And I was looking at him, I'm like, well, certainly this kid's not going to harm you. But he didn't want to be touched, which is fine, I guess. But to react that way to a kid, that was weird. And you want to know why I think that was weird? Because when you're a parent, even if you see a kid that's not your kid, you have a certain level of empathy within you to kind of, you maybe won't react to a kid the way you would to yours, but you share a common thread as a parent. So like, I have a child who's a daughter. So whenever I see, like, if I'm out and I see a guy with his daughter and, you know, they're showing affection to each other, I feel like it's like, okay, you appreciate it to a certain level. So you have that kind of softness in your heart towards kids as a parent, generally. But the way LeBron shunned that boy, we were like, okay, that's a little harsh. That's weird. Then there was another video recently. I think they even posted it on House of Highlights, one of these accounts on Instagram. I got to go look it up. Then LeBron's sitting there drinking a drink, and I think somebody touched his leg. And LeBron had this look of disgust on his face, like, how dare you touch me? And I remember like Kobe walking through the tunnel, people touching him, you going down, dapping up people. People are going to touch you. You who you are. Right? And I'm like, that's weird to me. Why are you reacting this way? It's like, bro, they touch you. What's going to happen? Like, are you about to get assaulted? Like, you're 6'25". Like, bro, what? And I guess some people want my space and all that. But to me, it speaks to this apathy that you have towards fans. Because if you react to them this way, how do you react to the collective body of NBA fans? Because you could just basically say, screw them. Screw them. I'm not playing hard. There's nothing for me to gain here. And then that contaminates the mindset of other guys throughout the league. It permeates through because they're going to follow it. Because whoever's the face sets the standard. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. So I'm not going too far, but this is speaking from B.J. Armstrong and Scott Perry. They were like, there was a difference. Let's think about it. Kobe motivates so many players with a Mamba mentality. What does LeBron motivate NBA players by? Matter of fact, who is motivated by LeBron in general? What is it about LeBron that motivates you? Yeah, does he take his craft seriously? Yeah, but it all seems to come from a self-serving place. It really does. Listen to Kobe give talks and advice. He's given useful tools that can impact everybody. When have you ever heard LeBron give useful tools to anybody beyond himself? When? Now, some of you are like, man, you hating on LeBron? No, we're pushing back on the narrative. There must be a balance in the ecosystem. Just like in politics, you have the right-leaning guys, you have the left-leaning guys. But in sports, you can't have that. You must all kiss the ring. You must all kiss the ring. And if you're not kissing the ring, you're a hater. Nah, they need some balance. We need some balance in sports media. And I think that people should be allowed to voice their opinions, even on the biggest names of sports, if you don't agree with them. We need to stop with this silencing and trying to silence people and, you must. No. If they're going to be proponents of these guys, they should be there. Nobody's stopping them. If you're pro LeBron, pro what these guys are doing, pro player, you should be able to have a platform to voice your opinion. But there should be a platform for other people who don't agree with any of this to push back. And then let the people that are watching have a balanced opinion. When they make a decision, they're getting viewpoints from both sides. You guys just can't keep dominating the airwaves. You can't have people like Nick Wright and all of these guys up there twerking it up all day long. And then you come over to me, we hate them. What are they doing? You ain't got no issues with them. No, what the issue you have is that you want one narrative. And if somebody steps outside of it, you're a hater. Nah, we're giving you a different point of view. Other views must be allowed to express themselves. And that's what we're doing. Some of y'all love it. Some of us hate it. This is where we are. I think that this is at the essence what sports should be about. You can't walk into a barbershop and have one guy overtalk the entire room. And then when the other guy tries to, man, you a hater. Nah, you spoke. Let me talk. That's the way it should be. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.